Have you been thinking about making a move to Denver, especially in the west side of town or the suburbs on the west side of Denver metro area? Well, today we're going to be walking around Wheat Ridge, Colorado, and we're going to show you 3 different homes at 3 different price points, obviously, that might be a good fit for you to help you see what it's like to live in and around Denver, especially in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. So let's take a look. We're going to start by walking through what's called the Ridge at 38. And it is not a traditional historic downtown. And that's kind of one of the charms of Wheat Ridge, is that as a city, it's kind of eclectic. It is not, I don't want to say not as planned as other cities, but they don't really have the same planned urban development. It is really very, I don't know, almost hodgepodge in how it was put together around the other cities, or is rather kind of inside the other cities around it. So to me, Wheat Ridge actually feels like what we get out of a lot of our mountain towns, but down closer to the city, where it's more about communities coming together and figuring out how they want to build the businesses and build the neighborhoods, as opposed to a developer or a municipality or anything like that. So yeah, we're walking by. You can see some of the shops around me here. We're about to walk up to a great wine bar. We're going to walk past a bridal shop that is a place that many people I know have actually stopped in for their wedding. Wolf and Wildflower is the coffee and wine bar here. That is a kind of popular spot for locals. Personally stopped in there a couple of times for coffee, not wine. It's nothing against wine, but I actually go for whiskey or beer myself. We have an art gallery that's coming up here, so you kind of see that there's some cool little shops in this area, but it doesn't go quite as far as like some of the other historic downtowns like Golden, Lakewood, obviously Denver. But it does have some kind of unique scenery. I'm going to show you some of the art on the side of the wall here. Check that out. I'm going to show you kind of the last shop on this little tour is this barbecue joint, which is definitely a place that you want to stop if you're coming in and around Wheat Ridge. Delicious, delicious food here. Fantastic. Cannot recommend it enough. So take a bite here. We're going to cross the street, go back across here, and kind of try to show you the playground that exists over here. And then we're going to jump off to a few of the houses that are available around here. I would say that one of the things to know about Wheat Ridge is that even if Wheat Ridge itself doesn't have everything that you're looking for, it's really close to everything that you're looking for, right? Especially if we're talking the west side of Denver or the surrounding suburbs like Golden, Arvada, Lakewood, even maybe some up north, Broomfield, Thornton, things like that, or down stuff like a Littleton or a Highland Branch. Wheat Ridge is really just kind of smack in the middle of that Denver, Golden, Arvada area. So your access to everything is really easy. And I think that's part of the appeal, is if you really like the idea of living somewhere that is a little bit less planned and a little bit less put together and allows you some more freedom in how you want to set up your house and your recreation and all that other stuff. And you'll see today, HOAs are not a popular thing in Wheat Ridge. There's not a whole lot of cookie cutter, kind of precisely built type communities. But a lot of people like that. A lot of people like the ability to have older neighborhoods where everything just came together how the homeowners wanted it. And again, I'd say it doesn't have as much here. There's still a lot of stuff going on. So there's this amazing cycling shop here, and then this really cool playground that's behind me as well. And this is just, as you saw, right across the street from where I was just walking by some of those local shops and kind of local hotspots there. And the street that we crossed was 38th, which is fairly busy, to be perfectly honest with you. But it is easy to kind of hop back and forth here and take a look. So again, if you're interested in what this is going to look like, stay tuned. The house at the end, by the way, has got one of the most unique features that I've ever seen in my entire career showing homes. And by the way, if you like content like this, you're interested in learning more about Denver and the surrounding areas, what to do, where to live, and everything that is involved with Denver, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, where we're going to bring you content weekly about the Denver metro area. I'm Warren Bunker with the Bunker team at Keller Williams Advantage, and together my wife Kelsey and I have helped hundreds of people just like you find your next home in the Denver metro area. Whether you're moving across the town or across country in 2 days or 200 days, feel free to reach out to us and let us know what we can do to help. All right, let's get started. All right, we are at the first stop on our tour here of Wheat Ridge for what we can afford. How far does our money go in the Wheat Ridge area? And we're going to stop by a townhome complex here. This is actually a pretty cool little area, and as you can see from the skies above here, there's a storm rolling in. So I'm gonna do everything I can not to get caught in the rain out here. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what a townhome in Wheat Ridge has to offer. Now, this particular area is not far from quite a few parks, as well as actually where a hospital used to be. They're taking that down for some more, I think, apartment buildings. Actually, I have to double check into that. And then the other thing is the rec center, the local Wheat Ridge Rec Center, which is a very cool, very large area to go and kind of hang out, play sports, do all those rec center things. Let's take a look at the house. Let's walk through. So it's a townhouse. It's stacked. It's 3 beds, 2 bath. I'm going to let you take a guess at the price in the comments before I tell you. It's a little bit smaller. This is our entry-level house for the Wheat Ridge area, but it's cute, right? So it's got a lot of space for just regular kind of small family cooking or starter home, like the living room area. And this was built kind of in the late 70s, so there's a lot of when you see areas like this in the living room, there's not an actual light above. You use lamps and things like that to light it. That was common back then. We got our very teeny tiny backyard space. Good for really just kind of outdoor entertaining, right? If you just open that up and put like your barbecue out there, do some things like that. A little smaller, but you got some space of your own. You could have maybe a small dog, just space to feel what outside is like. And close this door. We're going to walk up the stairs. And again, this is our entry level point here, but 3 bed, 2 bath, about 1,200 square feet. Really not too bad for, like I said, that starter home. Maybe it's, you and a couple buddies that rent the place. Here's one of the bedrooms, or, young family. It's a good option here too. Something to get started and get some equity. And the thing with Wheat Ridge is there are a lot of cool areas, but it's kind of a smaller town itself too. Here's our bathroom here. Population's only about 30,000 for Wheat Ridge, but it's nestled kind of in between Denver, like Edgewater, Sloan's Lake area, and then Golden and Arvada. And so it's really close to a lot of hotspots. A lot of people end up in Wheat Ridge because it's got some of its own fun areas, but it's really close to a lot of the things that people are really looking for in Denver and Golden. Getting up to the mountains is really easy from here. Access to all kinds of shopping, getting to work, all that stuff. Really, really easy. Easy to get, close to highways, all that fun stuff. Let's check out the basement. So down here we got a little living area as well. And we've got the gaming room set up. There's baseboard heating. These older homes of this era, that was pretty common. And your washer and dryers down here, along with a half bath. And then in this one, that's what we're calling the 3rd bed. So it doesn't have a closet, doesn't have a window. Kind of doesn't really feel like a bedroom, for being perfectly honest here, but I guess if you're in the basement, you could probably have this whole space because it's not that big by itself. Or it could be a pretty cool guest space, just having this
this layout like that there. Let's say creative with how we decide to call something a bedroom or not. It's supposed to have a window and a closet, but it can just be non-conforming. Let's call it that. Non-conforming basement bedroom, not a big deal. I can just hear in the comments right now, that's what's wrong. Realtors will call anything a bedroom. That's not a bedroom. Well, you're not wrong. It's not a bedroom. Could it be used as a bedroom though? Yeah, I mean, you can get creative. I think that's one of the trickier things is like, are we being black and white? Are we deciding that a bedroom is only if it's 8 foot by 10 foot or bigger, has a closet, has a window, has a full egress window if it's in the basement? Or is it, this is a bedroom space that we've used as a bedroom, we think you could use it as a bedroom, that's how we're marketing it? Kind of tricky, a little bit of a gray area, but I do know it's a source of frustration for a lot of people. Yeah, so kind of the main thing with a place like this is designed to be a lower cost of entry. And so, is it a little small? Yeah. Is there something to be said for that basement area is not really a bedroom? Definitely. But in this area in Colorado, the median home price is over $600,000. This place currently is available at $330,000. And by the time you're watching this video, who knows if that's still available? But the point is, it exists for almost half the price of what a lot of the median home in the area is. And so that's a great way to start building equity. And I think that the thought of buying a home and what that American dream is supposed to look like, hey, I'm going to find this perfect home, it's going to be the best thing, it's the most amazing thing ever. Eventually you can get to that point. But unless you're sitting on a pile of money, you need to get into what you can get into right now and make it work so that you can start building up that equity. Because maybe you buy this home now at $330,000 and 5-10 years down the road, it's worth $500,000. So now you've got all this equity that's sitting there, $130,000, $200,000 worth of equity based on what you've paid down. And you get to take that, pump it into the next home at that point and level up into something that is more of what you have been looking for. Now, I'm not saying just to buy any home and wait and hope for the best, but you should be looking for something that you can make work for your near future. And to me, properties like this, and again, it's near shopping, it's near parks, it's near lots of fun things. I think this is one of those properties. Let me know what you think in the comments. And whether you're looking to move in 2 days or 200 days across town or across the country, remember, Kelsey and I here with the bunker team at Keller Williams Advantage, we've helped hundreds of people just like you to make this move. We know it's no small thing. It is the biggest financial decision you're ever going to make in your entire life. It would be honored if you wanted to reach out and talk to us about what we can do to help you with this move. All right. Hey, welcome. Okay, so now for our continued tour of Wheat Ridge, we're going to stop through this neighborhood that is part of a neighborhood called Applewood. Applewood, interestingly enough, as a neighborhood, stretches between Golden and Wheat Ridge, which is kind of funny because it's not really that big of a neighborhood. It just happens to fall on the border. It is very highly sought after. And another kind of one of these really interesting things, you see the houses in this area, as you can see behind me, and I'll turn the camera around for the one we're going into here. These are definitely older homes. So one of the reasons that this is so highly sought after is it's a very unique type of charm. And the house that we're going in today is really going to showcase that. This house was actually originally built in 1899. Not very common for a lot of Denver metro area, especially at the price point that we're at here. Going to give everybody a chance to guess what the price is in the comments as we go through, but you'll be surprised at what we see. So let's take a look again. We're in Wheat Ridge here. We've got a very big lot, lots of different access points, and I'm going to show you a lot for what we can do here. Let's check out this front entrance living room. You see an actual wood burning fireplace, which, if you heard me talk about this before, is not going to be allowed in the future. We're going to go to only gas so it can help kind of keep pollution, especially in our red no fire action days around here. Big windows. Yes, a lot of this was redone. Obviously, it's not how homes were built in 1899. This the tiniest little bathroom maybe you've ever seen. At least the tiniest sink. I love this sink. It's super cute. Get back through to the kitchen. This kitchen is huge. What do you think about these updates here? Pretty nice, right? I'm gonna walk through a couple of these other rooms here and just show you. Now we see some original flooring, some not original windows, right? It's a newer window, but the size is kind of what was more common in homes during that era. Check out this large redone shower here. Pretty cool kind of retro tiling there. So that's one. I already showed you the half bath over there. Got another bedroom back here. Decent size. Now these older homes, they weren't built with huge closets in mind. Still gives you some decent space, but yeah, definitely not a walk-in. Let's check out this bathroom here. Again, another nice shower. You see those tiles again. Little shelves. I'll turn it around just to get the idea. See kind of everything back here. So now I'm going to show you one of the more unique things that I've seen in any house ever, really, as we walk through this other bedroom here. We've got a door. Now this is something that's is really cool, an extra entrance if you want. We thought about the Airbnb potential of a home like this here too. This entrance is closest to the garage entrance there. But then behind me, you see these really cool stairs. Now, make no mistake, this is a narrow stairwell. This is a, very, again, late 1800s, early 1900s space. Get that light to turn on here. And it is this little nook, which is just one of the cutest little areas in this house. You got more over here. If you'd like to chuckle at me trying to squeeze my way into this little reformed attic nook, here we go. Not like it's short, it's just not 6'1", so that is a lot, but look at this space. If you are under 6 feet, or maybe you live with some people who are under 6 feet, it's a lot of fun that could be had up here. Or maybe it's just storage, I don't know. Whatever works for you. It's a really cool space to have and have access to. We got the old kid cave sign up here for this. Let's go back through the room, let's go back to the kitchen. We could check out outside in the back of this property. There is a basement downstairs. This does have a fully updated tankless water heater, washer and dryer. The furnace and the AC are newer. So a lot of nice amenities there too. Check out this backyard space here. Fire pit. Lots of cool outdoor hangout space. And again, we're right next to the kitchen, so we can get that fun indoor-outdoor living we always like. Right down there, if you can see it, is the gas connection, so you could put a grill right there pretty easy. So you see there's lots of potential in this yard, and this is one of my personal favorite things about this house, is that you've got just tons of room to do what you want to do with the space. You're not limited to what a builder or developer saw and decided it was supposed to be. Back here I got a couple of sheds. You fence this off just to, I don't know, kind of close it off from the rest of the area here. You can keep your mess confined to one area. Let's take a look around the rest of the yard and finish our tour. So if you haven't gotten down into the comments to guess the price yet, This is currently listed. We just put it on the market. This is one of our listings at $675,000. So this is our kind of middle price point of the day, a little bit above the median house price here in the Denver metro area, not by much. In fact, the median house price used to be about $675,000. It's just dropped a little bit recently. And we walked right back around to the front. All right, so what do you think about this one? $675,000, it's a big lot. You've got this well-established like tree and a lot of space like that behind me, and that's what this whole neighborhood is about. It's an older neighborhood that lets you do what you want to do, still close to everything. In fact, the new hospital is built like just right up the street a little bit. And if this is something that's interesting to you, looking at Wheat Ridge, Colorado, this is west side of Denver, let us know. Hit that like, that follow button, and check out more content like this coming soon about living in and around the Denver area. Okay, we are at our last stop for our Wheat Ridge tour, and this one is going to blow you away. Some of the stuff on the inside, well, you'll see in just a minute here. As you can see behind me, this is another one of those well-established areas, so we are going to be looking at a home that's been remodeled. Again, one of those, in my opinion, Goldilocks type homes where you've got a neighborhood that's well-established. There's no HOA if you're into things like that. And that means that you can do more or less what you want with the property. And you see behind me, this one is unique. It's got that modern, it's very trendy right now, black and white look to it. There's a new detached 2-car garage that is showing over here, and tons and tons of space. We're going to take you inside right now and show you. Now I want to start hearing in the comments guesses right away what we think this home is worth. It is a 5-bed, it's 4-bath, it is just under 3,000 square feet. And let's take a look. Walking through the front door, here's what we walk into. All right, good size, great room here. Open, natural light, good size kitchen. I'm gonna close the front door just to give you kind of the feel of everything in here. You can see this is kind of a agent builder flipper type of a deal, meaning they bought it, they flipped it, but it's something they do pretty regularly. I was just talking to them about this pot filler. I thought that's kind of there's got to be a fancier name for that. But yeah, the amount of pasta that I personally make at home for my family, that would come in very handy. I don't know if this bad boy is actually hooked up yet. Sure is, look at that. Just knock and you can look inside your fridge. I like little features like that. In a past life, I did sell appliances, so maybe I spend a little too much time sometimes looking at those, but I think it's pretty cool. The gas fireplace on the corner here. Now, I'm gonna save all the best stuff for last in this one. So just like a little preview, the primary bedroom down here and the ensuite bathroom are definitely where our hidden gem kind of thing is gonna pop up. Now, let's go just take a look outside. They're still installing a fence and a gate here, and they will have one that kind of finishes the perimeter there. So instead of use your imagination, but it is a big backyard, nice mature trees. You'll have some separation here between the other house. A very new and very large AC unit here. And then there's a connection. Not really a connection necessarily, but just to kind of give you some orientation to where we started, is with the garage sits there, and there's a little bit more yard space back that way where they've got the trash cans and stuff right now. All right, so we're gonna go take a look back inside and show you the other bedrooms and the bathrooms before we get to the primary. Again, we're in Wheat Ridge. We're still in a very similar neighborhood to the other ones that we've seen so far today, which is, we're only probably a couple few miles out from the ridge at 38, which is kind of a, I don't know if you call it a downtown Wheat Ridge, because Wheat Ridge doesn't have so much of a traditional downtown, but it is where we're gonna see all those shops and some of that stuff that we were looking at earlier. We're only a few miles away from that, very close to the rec center, very close to parks. Again, hiking, biking, like we've talked about, access into the mountains, into downtown, all of the stuff that you're looking for, really very convenient to where we are here. And I see back-to-back bathrooms, so we got the full bathroom here for bedroom use, and then obviously the half bathroom here for guest use. We've got a couple bedrooms here, so one, and then to me, this one almost looked like it might have been the original primary. It's almost big enough to kind of match that vibe from the time, but these two side by side, wasn't really common to see primary and secondary bedrooms stacked on top of each other like that, so maybe I'm wrong. But there's 2 of your 5 bedrooms here. We're gonna go down into the basement, check these out. So you can tell, walking on plastic, brand new carpet, wrought iron, brand new painted rails. You come downstairs into another full bathroom. Really cool shower. I really like the tile. I love those insets personally. I don't know why when we're redoing bathrooms we don't do that more often. It costs a little bit more money for a lot more utility. Now you can see down here, basically stacked like a mirror image of what we see above. It's a little bit different. We got the carpet down here. Everything's a little bit newer. Nice full egress windows, which is nice. If you don't know, these are, you're supposed to be able to escape in case of like a fire or flooding or something along those lines. And so a lot of older homes, kind of built around this same time frame, but not updated. You don't see windows like that. Now we go downstairs into we got a wet bar area. Obviously this is designed for entertaining. A nice big TV, couch, and pool table, things along those lines. And then that closet just has utilities. All right, so let's hear it in the comments. What do we think so far about this property? Now, the best, in my opinion, is yet to come. There's just a couple of really, let's say, unique things that they did that I've not really seen before. Great kitchen, but we've seen great kitchens before. They've done a great job. I love these countertops. Let's take a look in here now at this primary bedroom. So first, it's a good size, great big window letting in lots of natural light. We've got a unique kind of setup here, designed for like maybe display kind of things. This is my first eyebrow raising moment of like, wow, that's kind of a cool different thing that we don't see very often. So like that, let's look at this bathroom. This tile is amazing. Love this tile so much. Decent sized bathtub. And then a nice, we got a rainfall shower head and then a regular shower head here. Another inlet that I like so much. And obviously, separate toilet there. Couple of sinks, some decent storage space, right? Cool bathroom. I think it's a very cool bathroom. That tile really blows me away. Oh, what is that? Let's come back in a second. A large walk-in closet here. Ironing board built in on the end, which is cool. Tell me in the comments how many people still iron their clothes. Feels like that's something that kind of doesn't happen very often anymore. It's kind of dry cleaner or throw it in the dryer. It just doesn't have a whole lot of in between, at least at the bunker house. Okay. Now I'm gonna check this thing out. So this door was installed for convenient access to the garage. So you literally have an outside door into your master bedroom. Now, if you read the full sign, it said if you don't like that, we can close it up and put a window on there. That's kind of a cool thought for a builder to do. But I can't get over this. I'm sitting here thinking the entire time how much I would probably enjoy just being able to walk right into the back of my bedroom. Here's the garage, by the way. It looks like a garage. Yeah, I'm leaving the garage. I just got home. from filming a lot of great YouTube shows and showing houses to all of our amazing clients, and then I just walk straight into my bedroom. What? I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I think I love it. What do you think? And last chance for guesses on the price for this one. This is listed just under $1 million. $995,000 is the list price. What do you think? Another one of my kind of Goldilocks type homes, nice and redone, but in a well-established neighborhood. I can't get over this door. I think that is, I don't know, it's one of the coolest things, but I can tell it's very unique, right? Like, that is not something that everybody is going to be really into, and so I'm really interested to hear what you all think about the idea of having a door, an exterior door in your primary bedroom. And that's going to be it for our tour of Wheat Ridge. So we checked out the ridge at 38. We looked at the shops. We looked at those fun areas. We looked at 3 different properties here, from $330,000 all the way up to $1 million. As you can imagine, plenty of options in between here as well. So keep in mind, whether you're moving across town, across the country, 2 days, 200 days, it doesn't matter. I'm Warren Bunker with the Bunker team at Keller Williams Advantage, and together, my wife Kelsey and I have helped hundreds of people just like you to make this move. So reach out to us, call, text, email, fill out the form that is linked in the bottom of this video description here, and let us know what we can do to help you. And if you're new to the channel and you are interested in everything that is going on around Denver, things to do, especially real estate, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We will bring you all the newest content in and around Denver. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you.